Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of PYA Crew Spotlight. This week, we are joined by Captain Douglas Meier. He is, of course, the host of The Bottom Line, which airs pretty much across any yachting Facebook and social media site around the planet every single week. How are you?
Pretty good. How you doing?
Good. Well, you've got to do your opening. I'm sorry, we have to have the opening.
The opening. Hey, everybody, I'm Doug.
There we go. Now, see, if you haven't seen it, you've at least heard that, I'm sure. Listen, part of the reason that we do the PYA Crew Spotlight is to let everybody out there know what is so amazing about yachting, how you got into yachting, and perhaps give a little advice to those that are coming up or considering it as a career. So in your case, where were you from and how did you ever get into yachting?
I was born in New Jersey, and right outside of Princeton, and my parents had a shore house. We call it the Jersey Shore, and I had a little 13-foot Boston whaler. And I guess my dad gave that to me when I was about 12, and I have literally spent more time with water under my feet than on land since. And why did I get into yachting? Well, obviously because of the girls. No. Like many people and a lot of crew, I think there's two types of crew in yachting. The one type of crew are the crew that are there for the money. And we all know that there's a lot of money in mega yachts. And then you have the other type of crew that are there because they love the ocean, the sea, the traveling, the whole operation. I'm in the love the sea part. You don't even have to pay me for what I do, although I'll take the check.
I was going to say I won't tell the boat owners that you'll do it for free.
Well, I've told them several times I'm not here for the money. I think any crew member that is doing it because they love to do it will have an exceptional career. I think a lot of crew that if you're just in it for the money, you can have a successful run at it, but until you get that tug on your heart, I don't think it's going to be a long-term thing, if that makes sense.
So let me ask you then, if what they say, if you love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life. Is that true for you?
I've never worked a day in my life. And I know a lot of people say that, but I can truly say that. I decided when I was 13 or 14 that I was going to be a captain. And I didn't want to be a captain of a commercial tanker or something because they seem to be gone an awful lot. And so I did focus on yachts. And as soon as I made that decision, I joined the U.S. Naval Sea Cadets, which is a youth program with the Navy, the U.S. Navy. And actually, when I was 15, I participated in Navy boot camp, which was quite interesting. So by doing that, it allowed me to serve on the USS Nimitz, an aircraft carrier, and a submarine tender called the Spear, which was about 900 feet long, during the summers. So I was one of those kids where I was just joking, I'm in yachting for the women. Well, when I was 15, 16, and 17, while my friends were chasing girls around, I was on the deck of an aircraft carrier trying to learn more. This whole thing was put in place so I could eventually join the Coast Guard. Back then, there was about a 1 to 2 year wait to get into the U.S. Coast Guard. However, I learned that if you did this program, that you would go to the front of the list. So I did. I went to the front of the list, and that started my Coast Guard career. Frankly, looking back, I'm quite amazed that at this very young age I made all those right decisions. Because, but they were good decisions. I really am surprising myself that I made those decisions. So I did the Sea Cadet program with the Navy to get into the Coast Guard, and I got into the Coast Guard to run yachts. So 5 years in, I made the transition, and I was in yachting for about a year and a half as mate engineer on 114 or 35 meter. And I had an opportunity to take over a 106 footer, which would be about 33 meters. And that's what started all. I've been literally, I was 26 years old, 25. That started my yachting career, and I've been a captain literally ever since.
Which is only about 5 years.
Yes, I sail a lot, so I look older. I'm in the sun. I can tell everybody who's thinking about a career in yachting, I have never worked a day in my life. I absolutely love what I do. I look forward to every day. I'm one of those captains that takes 7 days off a year. A lot of people are pushing for rotation. I only want to work this long, and I get it. I marry myself to the boat. I do take a day off here or there to make up for it, during the week or when things are a little slow. But I'm not one of those guys that like, okay, I'm gone for 5 weeks, hire another captain, and I'll be back. I'm pretty much I immerse myself in the program, every program I've ever run.
What type of attitude would you suggest people have when they go into yachting?
I think the best attitude is one of extreme self-confidence, and if you don't know what you're doing, fake it or lie about it till you get there. No. I'm totally joking. Don't go in there like that. I think the best attitude is when you're starting out, just be a sponge. Don't look at this as a job. I think a lot of people get hung up on wages, and there's a constant battle in social media about wages. And frankly, as a new crew member, wages are completely irrelevant. They mean nothing. If you're making this much and the guy on the boat next to you is making that much, it means nothing. This is your schooling. This is your the beginning of a career, and you don't look at the money. You need to look at the experience. I highly recommend that someone take a lower paying job where that yacht is cruising to the Med, the Caribbean, New England, or wherever, versus a higher paying job where they sit, say, in Fort Lauderdale for 9.5, 10.5 months a year. You're not going to learn anything. Yeah, you're making more money, but I've constantly run into yacht crew that I've been on the boat 6 months, and then when I get them on my boat, I'm like, what's a bowling? You got to be kidding me. Well, we did a refit. We didn't really go anywhere. The owner didn't use the boat. I only met the owner once for 4 days. You have to put the wages aside. You have to use this as a learning experience. It's an investment. You might not be making a lot of money now, but the experience you gain will be setting your wage 10 years down the road. And then you'll be making the right amount of money, or even more. You'll be making a lot more money than that guy that was sitting in Lauderdale for 11 months a year with no experience, just collecting a paycheck.
Well, and realistically, like you say, long term, the rewards are amazing. Absolutely amazing. You can pick and choose as long as you keep your nose clean and work as hard as you possibly can. You can be set.
I haven't had to write a resume in 18 years. That sounds like it's bragging. That's not true. The insurance company every once in a while bugs me for one. But I think it's imperative when you start out your career that you gain as much knowledge as you can, and then keep building on that. And then you'll get to a point where you're known and you don't have to hunt for work. Work hunts for you. I'm known as a long-term captain. In other words, when I get on a boat, I stay on a boat, and I try and build that career, whatever my job I've been tasked with. While you're quietly building your career and quietly getting the job done, people take notice. And I think a lot of crew make the mistake of letting everybody know what they're doing. And as a captain, it's not really useful to do that. What you need to do is you need to let every boat owner know what you're doing. And the best way to do that is to do the best job you can. So your boss, who talks to his friend who happens to own a yacht, or he talks to the boat manufacturer or the boat broker or the people who are in contact with the owners, this is the guy you want. I constantly tell people that out of 100 available captain jobs out there, 5% of the captains keep getting all of the jobs. There's a reason for that, because they have a reputation. So again, if you're in this for the love of the sea and you spend your early years building on experience and getting out there, and I'm not talking about bouncing from boat to boat, it's more of real experience, crossings, seasons in each area, stuff like that. There'll be a day when you don't need to have a resume either. You know, every time I get off a boat, first thing in my mind is I'm unemployed. And then usually within 3 hours, I get a phone call and they're like, oh yes, we want you to come join our program. We've been watching the boat you're running is finally sold and we've been waiting. That's where you want to be. That's where a lot of captains are, you know, a lot of good captains. So that's something to strive for.
Well, you know what, as always, you have come with some great advice and a great story as well. So we thank you very much for your time, Captain Douglas Meier.
Hey, listen, it's always a pleasure. Everybody, please stay safe out there. And, you know, I'll leave you all with this. Most careers are what you make of it. If you're just there to punch a clock, then that's what you're going to get. But if you really immerse yourself in your job, you're going to find out that it is the most rewarding career, I think. One of the most rewarding careers out there that very little people in the general world know about. And you do get to jump on a jet once in a while, private jet. You know, you have your wives and your girlfriends show up on a yacht anchored off some island once in a while. So it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of hard work, but the rewards are definitely there. And I highly encourage anyone that has an inkling that this is what they want to do to pursue it.
Thank you. And once again, Captain Douglas, he has his own show that airs across all social media channels every week on Tuesday evening CET time, afternoons for the Eastern states, called The Bottom Line Yachting Industry News. So tune into that and like and share his pages. We thank you for your time. You've been watching another PYA Crew Spotlight. My name is Ria. I have been your host. We'll see you again next week.